statue. Your heart is a magnet, I'm coming at you. Girl, you're my target, I'm aiming at you. You're a comet, I'm trying to catch you. We can break any rule they ever taught you. Forget about anything they ever bought you. Cause me and you don't need a lot in this world to get by. Plus you know I got you, you pull me in. I don't resist, time seems to fly but the clock doesn't tick. I crash into you, we both feel the hit. We both feel the way that our chemicals mix. And I wish that
if I just keep my eyes shut, maybe this time it'll be enough.
So I need the dark. Without you here I wouldn't never see the stars. I'm headed for you, foot on the gas. I'm coming straight at you, no looking back.
Say it so right now until the truth comes out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. Say it so right now, and left alone, cried out.
Good evening everyone on the EU server. Tonight I'll be following the third previous skill tournament. It's day 3. By now you should be familiar with the previous skill format on the EU server. This is just for the EU server. the previous skill tournament format is different for the NA and the Apex servers. So in stages 1 and 2, we have the double elimination, and games are played in a best of 3 series. There are 4 teams in each group, and in each group there are 2 teams that will qualify to the next round and 2 teams that will be eliminated. And for stage 3, which is the stage we are following tonight, it's a single elimination format. There are 8 teams in each group, and single elimination means if you lose in the quarterfinals, then you're done for tonight. However, if you lose in the semi-final, then you can still fight for the 3rd place with in the match for the 3rd place. All games will be in a best of yes, best of 5 series, except for the final and the match for 3rd place, where they will be in a best of 7. The qualification format, if you don't know, if you still don't know what I'm talking about, here is a good visualization of the double elimination format. So as you can see, there are 2 teams that will not advance to the next round, and this basically says each team has 2 lives, and if they use up all 2 lives, they're done. They are eliminated. The same for stage 2, and for stage 3 this is kind of a simple visualization. I don't know if Wargaming has a new graphic now, but just a bit of a potato quality there. EU server is a bit interesting in terms of the number of cups. They will earn the same number of cups for all 4 previous skill tournaments, and for stage 3 the gap between the places are larger. So if you can earn 1st place, you actually get about 400 more cups than the 2nd place actually. But all the details about the number of cups that you can earn in which in respective positions can be found on the website. But that was a good summary of the number of cups you can earn in whichever position you finish. The timeline for the spring season will be as follows. Today is the 3rd day of the 3rd previous skill tournament, and 2 days after it will be the start of the 4th previous skill tournament. Tomorrow it will be the start of the 4th previous skill tournament for the Apex server, and we will know the top 8 on the 5th actually. So we will know the NA and APAC top 8 and 9th to 16th placing teams. The professional tournaments are held on the same time, 10th to 13th, and the challengers and lower echelon championship 10th to 14th. I hope I will be following the grand final of the challengers tournament, and I hope I can follow the final stage of the skill tournament as well. This is the bracket we're following tonight. I'm following group 3, and we are going to follow Crayon versus A1N1. Both teams are quite equal in strength, so this is going to be an amazing matchup. The winner of this bracket will face Rejects or INS, and at this point I can't say whether it will be Rejects or INS advancing. INS have proven to us that they can beat some of the big clans, some of the top 8 contenders, so I definitely will not rule them out. But on paper, Rejects should be able to qualify to the semi-final, and they are currently in the top 8. So if they don't qualify, things could get extremely interesting. And then we have Axe versus DM in the quarterfinal. Also, a match that could potentially go in favor of DM. DM beat Aqua once, if you remember, in the first previous skill tournament where my stream just crashed. So I won't rule DM making a surprise winner. If that's the case, we are in for a really wild 4th previous skill tournament. Vale, the first team, will be fighting against CRGT, the Onyx Scan team, which is the second team actually. The first team surprisingly got knocked out in the 2nd stage, which meant that their hopes for the top 6 team would be pretty much over. Unfortunately, although they are not a terrible team at all, but for some reason they finished in the 4th place. In yesterday, not sure what happened there. maybe they only showed up with 6 players, but that was a really, really odd occurrence there. But let's not talk too much about this. And this is not the slide I was going to share, because I was going to share, if you bear with me for a moment. I want to share. Not this. Wait for a moment, please. I'm going to share this slide. Okay, so top 8 predictions after previous skill tournament day 2. I'm going to copy that immediately. I hope you can hear me well. If it's not the case, please let me know. Alright, let me show you this prediction from Thomas Peterson. I've been working on top 8 prediction odds for the previous skill tournament season, and the formula keeps on changing, but now I seem to find a decent way in getting the top 8 prediction. And at the moment, Thomas Peterson is predicting these 8 clans to be qualifying to the professional tournament, which will be a good mixture of teams. Notably, Akron is not here, but things could change if they can win against Endgame. I think this prediction will change. Especially there is also TQT versus Raid. That is going to be played tonight. Alright, so that's actually. Let me get to the room before I forget. And then I will show you. You can see on the screen the brackets for all 6 groups and the leaderboard at the moment. So Ikra currently in the 9th place. The reason being that they got 2nd place. Let me find my light tank. Yes, I'm using a light tank. So currently, what's happening at the moment is that the top 8 teams would be AP, Crowley, Rejects, Akva, Rage, TQT, Endgame, and Axe, and Ikra in the 9th place. Below them, we have FaZe, Jones, Pog, Immortals, Noxu, Isra, and Vale, which are eyeing for a surprise top 8 finish. Although FaZe would have the biggest chance. However, they are up against Jones in the semi-final potentially, which, if they drop points against Jones, then we will have an even more obvious top 9. And for the 4th previous skill tournament, if the desired situation happens, then we have 9 teams fighting for 8 places, and anything could happen on the very last day. So we shall see. Let's go back to the room. I think this is going to be close. We are not going to be seeing a 3-0 walkover for any of them. Crayon versus A1N1. Crayon, basically, it's previously Zenith's 2nd team. They were in the winter season. But Zenith's not playing this season, so I believe what I was told by the Zenith's leader is that they also have some players from Zenith playing in Crayon. This season they performed fine. There are some highs and lows for Crayon. But in general, they are looking for a top 16 finish, and A1N1 has been somewhat inconsistent. I think one day 3 or one previous skill tournament, one of the 3rd days of one of the previous skill tournaments. Oh my god! So just one of the previous skill tournaments, and on day 3, they surprisingly lost to a team that wasn't on my power rating at all. But then on the second previous skill tournament day 2, this is exactly what I remember. They won against Acra twice. I think we are in for a great surprise, but A1N1... Oh dear. Do they only have 6? Oh no. It was just my computer glitching a little bit. 7 versus 7, don't worry about that. A1N1 were in top 8 before, but that was like 2 years ago. Or 2 years ago. If I remember correct, 2 years ago. They were once in the top 8, not Crayon or, you know, Zenith. So let's say we have Crayon with double I7 double Strift K, a T175 VK, and a 215B, with A1N1 going for triple 60TP and I7, the Strift K, a T125, and the Type 71, where they're going mostly to the AB side, with A1N1 playing a little bit more towards the C side. So that is going to be a relatively aggressive play from Crayon, but not A1N1. A1N1 playing on the defensive for the first battle. As you can see, Crayon trying to get A, doing the Lambda defense. Harry being the one ahead of Etabix, which I believe is the caller for Zenith. They are trying to get A, and A1N1 is struggling to reset A. But they put some good shots onto Etabix, but then Crayon can't get A. A1N1, good job in resetting the A cap. And in the meantime, we have B cap being taken by A1N1, and Disaster takes a lot of hits for doing so. And VIP is now tasked to get that cap, and he successfully gets that cap, which is going to be huge plus for A1N1. So the advantage is with A1N1, but they lost a lot of hit points while trying to get a cap, which means Crayon now has the hit point pool advantage. Good shot onto VIP again, or VIP. For some reason, I love to say it, VIP. But oh my god, Sirius takes a huge double tap at 60 TPs. And now the hit points are even Stevens. A1N1 has pulled this back. And Sirius is in deep trouble. Down to 2 shots. And the 60 TP is trying to take Sirius out of the fight. Good shot onto Disaster, but Sirius is taken out by VIP. 6 versus 7 now. But the hit points are still neck and neck. There is still chances for Crayon to pull this one back, but they are under gun disadvantage, so they must kill a tank. And A1N1 is sharing the hit points a little bit better. So I do fear for Crayon here. They are now on defensive. A1N1 is steadily pressing Crayon, but they are hesitating, and that is an issue, because if they keep on hesitating, they will drop even more hit points. And now look at the hit point pool difference. It's more than 2k in favor of Crayon, despite Crayon only having 6 tanks. And A1N1, they are still not pushing, which means Crayon can now regroup. And Crayon is given the breathing space here. Naka takes another hit. Harry takes a shot from Diddy. But Crayon, are they looking to make a push somewhere or later? But A1N1, they're trying to get A as well. They're trying to extend the cap lead. But Crayon has done a good job in maintaining the 2k hit point pool lead. But they really need to kill a tank as soon as possible, because time will be running out for Crayon. They're trying to overload the B area. They're steadily doing that, but they're still dropping hit points. Oh, Crayon lost another tank. It's 5 versus 7 now. A1N1 still has 7 tanks alive. Finally, they got 2 tanks out of the way. Disaster, and the name that I should not pronounce on the stream, you know, for obvious reasons. But Crayon, the high hit point pool targets need to start coming in to absorb, to take some damage. Another kill from Crayon, and now Crayon is starting to feel the victory in proximity. David down to a 1-shot. Great kill from Spanish. And we can see a 2 versus 1 happening onto Didi. And Didi would not last for long here. Naka pretty much out of the fight. And Wallet is doing a 1 versus 1 against Turtle. Turtle with enough DPM should be able to take out Wallet without any issues. And Naka is the last person standing. Didi is out of the fight. Great start for Cryon. Unfortunately, A1N1, they had a great advantage with 7 tanks and they were sharing hit points pretty nicely, but they did not capitalize on this advantage, allowed Crayon to have some breathing space, and they kept on bleeding due to hesitation. They were not in the most favorable positions, and that meant Crayon is able to pull off a substantial hit point pool lead. And with that, even if A1N1 is sharing the hit points pretty nicely, and even if they have one gun advantage pretty much the entire game until the very end, they weren't able to win. I believe A1N1, the hesitation, they really need to be aware of that. And Crayon, a bit of a shaky start, but they kept A1N1 at bay, and that's the most important thing for them. It might not be the most beautiful win we have seen, but Crayon, a win is a win, and that is all that matters. It is all that matters. So 1-0 to Crayon. Well done to Crayon. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to be seeing some changes here. Crayon, are they going to take a 215B? Oh, we got some AKTS fans again. hello there. Also, hello to I think there was an FRS. I forgot the name. Sorry. Is it Tim? I think Tim. It was Tim. That was in that chat before the stream started. So hello to you if you're still watching. Okay, so we're going to be seeing the following changes. Now, Crayon's going to take double IS4 WZ1321, the latest release, the latest lifetime release in the game. A Certificate 215 BIS4 and a VK. Over to the A1N1 side, we will see the following setup. We will have triple 60 TPs, an IS4 mouse, Certificate, and a Type 71. An advantage to Crayon and A1N1. They do not want to throw away another advantage like that. They have to capitalize. They have to capitalize their chances. They have to make use of their opportunities thrown at them and make a call. There's no room for hesitation at this stage. When we're talking about a top 16 fight, Crayon and A1N1 are looking at finishing in the top 16 this season. Now, I mean, EU server this season is hella competitive, although the number of views might not suggest that the teams are really strong. So let's look at Crayon red team from the south spawn. This time they will do something similar as A1N1, but A1N1 will not go for A. They will go for B and C. They're going to a different side. And as we can see, Spanish has spotted 2 tanks. Will run away for now because he doesn't know where most of the tanks of A1N1 are, and he does not want to risk staying there for way too long. We saw numerous times that you could. Oh, good shot onto Naker there. You could get absolutely taken out if you stay there for way too long. Good shot onto Naker. Oh, another shot from Naker. Naker can't angle themselves. Look at Etapix going to take out Naker. Naker down to the 2-shot now. Harry is going up, trying to take Naker out, but A1A1 has made a bold decision to push forward, but Crayon immediately responded by holding back, making it really difficult for A1N1 to take tanks out and push. Naker is out of the fight. That means Crayon can sacrifice Sirius, like Sirius is now in deep trouble. But A1N1 is going to push into Crossfire. Crayon is under a huge advantage, more than 2k of hit points of advantage. Now A1N1 is trying to find a target to focus on, but they're having different opinions on that because Crayon is on the high ground while A1N1's not. So Crayon could just sit at the top and farm for days. Even Crayon got both A and B now, which is good, which is auxiliary, not the most important thing, but will aid them in the win. This player here, which I'm not going to pronounce, is the focus for Crayon. Great kill there, and Etapix is looking to put shots onto DD and VIP. It will be the focus for Spanish, Purple, and Ugly market. Harry and also Turtle teaming with Shiyu. I think Shiyu was in GG on the NA server, if I remember correctly. I think he's now playing on the EU server support A1N1. Please correct me if I got this wrong. Crayon will find Wallet the last person standing, bringing Crayon to a match point. This is a much better performance from Crayon. Great job in responding to a push from A1N1. But A1N1, I think again, they are struggling to think of what to do when they realize their push isn't really working as intended, and they stopped at a position at the low ground. And in that case, when Crayon sits at the on high ground for a prolonged period of time, and that is going to give Crayon a lot of opportunities to focus fire and crossfire, and that is what they did. Great focus fire from Crayon and A1N1. I think they are having cold feet at the moment. I don't think we're seeing the best of A1N1 yet. Things could change on Winter Mine Novka. Crayon seems to play really well on Alpenstad, that's for sure. Will A1N1 make a comeback here? Crayon on the cusp of qualifying. And I have to say, good job to Crayon so far. Last battle was very convincing. There is not much that I could fault Crayon for there. That was great. An A1N1. They need to do something now. They have to perform. They're going to be changing tanks, and Crayon will be taking triple Ys for T100 LTS Drift K, 215B and 60 TP. A1N1 will take triple T125s potentially. VK, an AMX50B, an IS7, and a Vickers Light, but they would change to a Strift K. Wallet's going back to the Strift K. VIP will play in the mouse. A1N1, can they win a battle on Winter Mine Novka? Will Crayon bring it home with the decisive 2-0 victory? With a 3-0 victory. If that's the case, that would be a strong statement to the teams above them. Crayon is coming for a spot in the Challengers tournament. Crayon versus A1N1, this time on Winter Mine Novka.
Let's go.
Pressure is lower on Crayon's team. Pressure is higher on A1N1's team. Let's follow Nate in the Vaker's Light. Looking to spot tanks going for A, but Crayon's not going for that. So following Spanish this time, he has spotted a couple of tanks going to C, and Wallet going for A. Good shot onto Wallet from Purple. And that is a decent start for Crayon, not a definitive start though. Naked is trying to get A, and he will get this cap uncontested, and Crayon will not have a cap lead for now. DD spotted. Good shot onto DD by Harry. And Spanish. Oh, great route there taken. Oh, Shiyu is spotted. And he tried to fire and penetrate Spanish, but he couldn't. So Harry took a hit from DD hit, and we will see. Oh, Turtle also taking a hit. The trading game. Both of them trade equally. But A1N1 want to trade a little bit better because they have fewer hit points than Crayon. A1N1. David is spotted. Are they trying to overload the C area? They don't really need to push actually, but if they think Crayon does not have a lot of tanks over to C, they could potentially get Harry out of the fight. But do A1N1 know this? Do A1N1 know Crayon's lineup? Maybe not at the moment. They're tentatively staying at C. They're not really pushing at the moment. But Purple Crayon is going down there. I think the issue with Crayon's setup here is they're pretty spread out. I mean, A1N1 also pretty spread out, but I do fear for Purple Crayon and also Harry. Crayon would need to answer all these questions, which will be answered very soon. Has Purple gone to a bad position or a good position? Is that position used to keep the VIP permanently spotted? And now Crayon is trying to retake A. And A1N1 is going to allow that because they took C and they hit the rate of increase in cap points is going to be the same because both of them get 1 cap. So still pressure onto Crayon. We only have around 130 more cap points to go before both teams absolutely need to push. 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase. Do the maths. We are looking at around a minute to go. Really, essentially a minute to go. Less than a minute to go even. So Crayon, they really need to do something. Will A1N1 try to retake A? They really don't need to do much. They can just sit there and wait. But obviously they want to be aggressive. They want to catch Crayon off guard. So we are now seeing a push coming from A1N1 over to the A side. Is this going to be a well taken risk? Is this going to be worth it? Naka has taken a lot of hits for doing that. Crayon has a substantial hit point pool advantage. I'm afraid this could be a bad call. But at the same time, A1N1 still has a hit point, a cap lead. So all they need to do is start bleeding Crayon. Otherwise, Crayon will start to push A. And Naka, if Naka dies, this is going to be bad news for A1N1. Crayon has the hit point pool lead. Can they take out the A1N1 tanks quickly enough? They now have more than 3k hit points advantage. And A1N1 is struggling to hold on to the cap advantage. And Naka is out of the fight. This is an important kill. Wallet is going to be taken out by Spanish. At the same time, you can see Crayon pushing into Didi. Gets Didi out of the fight. Trying to get C back. Oh no. A1N1 now only have 4 tanks compared to Crayon with 3. Crayon takes C as well. A1N1 will take B. And Shiyu is now in deep trouble. He needs to kill a couple of tanks. Crayon now retakes the cap lead. Spanish is out of the fight. Pressure is onto A1N1 now. Can they deliver? Sirius has to be taken out if they want to stand a chance. That player is killed, and we will see a 2 versus 1 here. Shiyu is out of the fight. Purple is on fire, but I don't think A1N1 is going to win this one. A1N1. I mean, even if they could kill Purple Crayon, they do not have a cap at all. And I think A1N1 is out. Crayon qualifies. Crayon qualify to the semi-final. Congratulations to Crayon's 3-0 victory. That is a statement. That is a big statement. Yes, now I can announce that. That is a big statement from Crayon 3-0. For some reason, I thought the game finished, but I'm having some mind derp at the moment. Mind fog, also known as. A1N1 tried to surprise Crayon, but that was not a well-coordinated push over to A. They don't really need to do that totally. They don't really need that. They have such a big cap lead. They can just sit behind and wait for Crayon to push. They want to do a surprise, but if they want to do a surprise, they have to be decisive. They have to be together. It wasn't the case, unfortunately, and that allowed Crayon to capitalize on that mistake to push on to A1N1. A1N1 is also quite spread out in that situation, and Crayon winning all those important individual fights meant that Crayon deserves to qualify to the semi-final. Will they beat Rejects? We'll find out soon. So great start for Crayon. Well done. All right. So 3-0 to Crayon. It's not a scoreline that I'm expecting here. So huge performance from Crayon. Oh, we have a couple of results coming in. Let me just get that screen up. Yes, there we go. So group 1 we have Ray 3-0 against High, PWNZ 3-0 against Cringe, and Oleni 3-0 against TXCTM. Group 2 we have Jones 3-0 against ARWV, Aqua 3-0 against TXCTM, RNG 3-0 against Ryash, Rejects 3-0 against INS. No surprises there. Axe still playing against DM. Still early days. We are not talking about a tiebreaker at the moment. UZ still playing against Opax, and Hall 3-0 against Pink. And Oxu are still playing against Cracked Esports. Bot 3-0 against Tess, and TQT still playing against Unlucky. Istra still playing against TRTNK, and Immortals are through to the semi-final with Trake 3-0 against FaZe, and they will face Ikra, and Endgame 3-0 against Veil, and Pog 3-0 against XTQ. I'll play a replay that was sent by Venue as we wait. Let me just update the results, and then we will look at some of the replays. Alright, so, okay, let me just reload this the website again and see if we already have some results coming through. Not yet. Yeah, okay, good. Let me see if I can play. Alrighty. We now have let me find your replay quickly. That's Venue from APA. I just need to. Yes, you can see the replay here now. I will update the leaderboard later after watching this replay, and then we will find out if we have some results for other groups. And he's playing with Charlie. Oh, I thought Venue was in APA. No, he is in Jones. I thought. Apologies about that. That was a bit of an oversight on my behalf. So he's playing the Badger, and that's a good shot. Not the most difficult shot though, but oh dear, Charney has already lost a shit ton of hit points, which is not good. But Venue is relocating, and that was a gamble, to be honest with you. I don't expect that to penetrate. No, this is going to be juicy. And also look at how accurate this tank is, and also the DPM. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. This is why I really like the Badger. And as you can also see, Ben is not really playing the Badger as a TD. He is playing with the heavies, and this is more. This is what I would expect as a Badger. Actually, I played a Badger like a heavy anyway. There is really no good reason for you to play it like a TD. No, there is no fear factor. There is DPM, but you can't scare opponents away with your alpha. And the opponents can just easily hide if they cross and find a good cover. So this is why I think the Badger is more of a heavy tank. Great frontal armor, good for hold down, and also a huge plus would be good DPM. And it's something like it's like Jackson or Wolverine in tier 6 and 5 respectively. It's like that. Like this is kind of what I would expect. I mean, you can even brawl with that M60. Look at the DPM that Vanu has, and the M60 is still reloading. I like how like Vanu is now going aggressive here because he has to. It's 2 versus 5 now. And that's a great kill. Two versus 4. Oh, the Death Star is really close. Oh no, oh no. He need a bounce. He need a bounce. I don't think he will bounce. Oh, maybe he can. Maybe he can. Oh, that was a huge bounce. That was a huge bounce. Oh, can you do it? Can you do it? Oh, the T-57 Heavy is really low in health. This is going to be really tough. But there are a couple of one-shots though. Ah. Oops. Oh, it will be too difficult though. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can do this. Oh, an important bounce. K91 on drum reload. No, actually, there's a chance. There is a chance. Oh, another fake bounce. He's now trying to face hug the K91, which is good because the frontal armor, remember, the Badger, the frontal armor Badger is really good. Oh, maybe he could win that now. Oh dear, that was going to be insane. Oh, that's a bounce. K91. You can do this. Yes. Good job, Vanu. That was a great game from you. Amazing damage. That was an amazing 1 versus 4, was it? Yeah, I think it was a 1 versus 4. That was spectacular. Well done. Okay, let's go back to the lounge. And I'm going to get some containers. Let's say the group. Let's see if there are any results coming through. If we have any upsets, especially the teams currently in the top 8. Sorry for the burp. All right. We first say group 3. It's the one we haven't got results in. I think the website is loading slow, so I'm afraid I have to. Is the website down? Is the server down? Oh my lord. Oh dear. I think we might have an issue here. The website is down. Oh my lord. I'm afraid this is going to be terrible news. Yeah, it's not loading in the game either. I'm afraid we are running into some sort of issues. I can't load the website at all. And now I can get back to the website. Okay, finally. There was just a bit of a lapse from the Wargaming server. 3-1 for Axe onto DM. So DM again close, but not quite. So Axe will qualify to the semi-final. UZ still playing against Zero Packs. All Packs and Noxu have knocked out Kraken Esports. An important win from Noxu, and this will at least be important to keep their hopes alive for the challenges, for getting a spot in challenges tournament. So well done to Kraken Esports. Group 4. Group 5. We have a couple of results. TQT barely wins. Barely won against Unlucky. That was extremely close. 3-2 against Unlucky. Unlucky was a bit unlucky there. It could have been worse. That could have meant that TQT would be out top 8 if TQT lost, but Istra 3-1 against TRTNK. No surprises there. And finally, Group 6. We're going to wait for only one more result to come through. And that will be UZ versus OPAX, which is only OPAX is on my power rating, and they haven't actually won any team on the power rating. I just added them because they look to be the closest in winning the team, winning Crowley. Although I don't think essentially any of the UZ or OPAX would stand a chance. But OPAX had a track record of coming close to the top teams. Right, so let's also update the leaderboard, shall we? Where is it? Okay, good. So, the group 1 we have APA, Blue Raid, PWNZ, Olendi, Hi, going to qualify. FaZe and Jones, Akbar, and also RNG. Next we have Rejects, Crayon, A1N1 INS. DM are out. Veil and Zero GT out. Okay, Crowley. Ooh. And also Noxu. Kraken Esports out. Bot and also TQT through. Unlucky out, unfortunately. Isra and Immortals through. Ikra, Trick through, and then we have Rejects also through. I forgot to do that. Endgame and Pog. Okay, I hope I haven't missed anyone. So the new leaderboard will look like this. Hello, Risk. How are you? No changes on the leaderboard, or no changes essentially on the leaderboard here. We have APA, Crowley, Rejects, Akva, Ray, TQT, Endgame, and Axe still in top 8. Ikra in 9th. FaZe in 10th. Jones 11th. Pog also in 11th. Immortals 13th. Noxu in 14th. Isra in 15th. And Veil in 16th. Hall is in the 17th position, PWNZ in 18th spot, 19th and 20th, and Crayon in 20th. None of the top 20 teams so far have crashed out in the quarterfinal, as far as I'm aware. I'm going to reload, see if okay, OPAX 3-2 against EZ, so that also means I will register more cups for OPAX. A result to be expected. I don't think we are seeing any upsets so far, apart from maybe Kraken Esports losing to Noxu, but both of them are quite close in terms of skill. And maybe Crayon a big victory against A1N1, and that is also a scoreline that I wasn't expecting to, but props to Crayon for delivering tonight. So yeah, so your semi-finalists will be the following. Starting from Group 5, we have Bart, TQT, Istra, and Immortals. And Group 5 will be streamed by... blah 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 blah. Let me load the sheet. Group 5 will be streamed by Nino. I'm not sure which bracket he is following. Let me just double check on the Discord server. I think it was mentioned in the news. No, it wasn't mentioned in the news. I don't know which group you're following. I'm sorry. Or which bracket you're following. And then we have Group 1, APA, Raid. Well, actually, I'll follow this. Rejects, Crayon, Axe, and Veil. We are following Rejects versus Crayon next. Axe versus Crayon. Veil is not will not be streamed. Group 4, we have Crowley, Opax, Hall, and Noxu. Group 4 will be followed by iShot. Next we have Group 5. We know already Nino is streaming. I don't know which bracket he's following. Maybe someone can tell me that. Group 6 we have Ikra versus Trick, Endgame versus Pog, and that group is followed by Fujit. He is following Endgame versus Pog. Next we have Group 1, APA versus Raid, and PWNZ versus O'Nelly. This is going to be really crucial. This is going to be streamed by Pyroblast. He will be following APA versus Raid. This is going to be an important battle for Raid. If they want to stay in the top 8, they have to win, but it will be very, really tough against an opponent like APA. Group 2 faces first team against Jones, and then we also have Aqua versus RNG. I'm not sure who is streaming which bracket, but at least we know Elminat is streaming Group 2. And this is it. We also have another replay from Venue. He sent me 2 replays, so I'm going to play the second one, which is a VK 45 in Tier 8. Alright, so here we go. I'm connecting back to the game, but the next set of games will begin at 10 minutes to 9 Central European Summer Time. Once again, the current leaderboard, the top 8 remains same. No changes, no big surprises. Things could be a bit different. I'm just going to try and load into this replay here. Yes, I loaded into this replay. Jones, Venue playing in the VK Tier 8, not a classic tank, not the most popular tank in Tier 8. That's what I was trying to say.
Let's go.
And maybe a bit of a sound glitch. Okay, let's see what he's doing here. Position 2 spot tanks. This is a decent one. I personally won't go there because you can't hold down. You can see it's relatively flat compared to the positions left of you. But he managed to put 2 shots in, and that is better than nothing, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, I think that Tiger 1 pinged out. I feel so sorry. Then he would do 0. They would do 0 damage. I don't think that is the plan for them, but we already lost a tank. So he's going to ignore a Tiger 1 for a moment when he is pretty much out of fight, and he doesn't want to risk spotting that player again. So he's going for that not Tiger 1, the 53 TP. I'm not sure how strong that tank is. I don't play Tier 8 very often, so I'm pretty much out of loop. Oh, someone's trying to shoot Venue. Oh, a double bounce. Well done. But look at the gun depression. Is a bit depressing, to be honest. No pun intended. But that is really low gun depression. So if a 53 TP face hop Venue well, then yeah, Venue might have a much harder time. But look at how easy Venue is penetrating 53 TP at the moment. 53 TP, I think he's pretty much panicky. But we already have lost 3 tanks. But this is a this is a bit of a risk from Venue. Trying to take this route, prone to be shot by the tanks on the northwestern corner. But we are in a bit of a tricky situation though.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Unlucky. That was unlucky.
Crack hit.
Oh, good shot from C32. A bounce. Now this is a 2 versus 6. It's going to be really tough. And there are a couple of tanks with pretty much full health. What is Vandy going to do here? But this is going to be really hard. Oh, we have the Pantera. Pantera is a really good tank. Really good medium tank, but I'm not sure if a lot of random players know how to play this. Certainly you don't play it like that. You don't go into the open like that. Now, Van is trying to bait the enemy team to go in the open, but that was not the best shot. The Tiger One is back online, so it's good. I don't know if Van can survive this. This is good. I mean, he's getting shot from literally everywhere. No, he's going to turn back to try to get Tiger One out, and he does. T32 not looking at Vanu, so it's a great opportunity for Vanu to push a shot there. But maybe he would. Oh, big bounce, big bounce. And that was a good kill. Vanu could carry this though. Never say never. Oh, that was not a good shot from SMV. Try to take out the Chiri, but we don't know where the TD is. I believe it's an it's that SMV. Okay, so we know already. A Kunstpanzer. Oh, full health. But that tank is a medium or light. Is it a medium or light? I forgot. But the Kunstpanzer is not looking at that. Oh, we lost another one. Good shot. The Kunstpanzer. Oh, it's a bounce. Oh no. I didn't know the VK's armor has improved massively, and he could potentially take that out as well. He needed a bounce, and he got the kill. Wow, 7 kills, and at 1.2 versus 6. That's extraordinary. Well done, Vanu. That was a great match again. Jesus, this is madness. 5.5k in a tier 8 battle. Extraordinary. Well done, well done. Hats off to you. Okay, so we only have 7 minutes to go, so we don't have a lot of time. Very soon we have Rejects versus Crayon. At the moment, which clan do I think have the biggest chance to drop points? I would say Raid will against APA. I don't like this seeding though, because it will be a bit unfair to the current top 8 team to drop points to a top 8 team. And we have how many? 24 clans in the semi-final, and we are fighting for a top 12. The top 8 should not be facing one another in such an early stage. I don't mind they face one another in the final. It makes sense because they are essentially signing a top 6 there, so at the end of the day, there is going to be a head-to-head match between the top 8 teams. Definitely not Raid against APA. I feel so sorry. I hope Raid gets better seeding in the next one, and maybe they could pull it back. Maybe they have enough cups to get the 3rd place. We will see. But then also other clans that I think could potentially drop points. I think TKT will win against Sparta, but have not been winning a lot of teams in the power rating. I think they only won once, and that is against High, which is lowly on the club's leaderboard. And then Endgame versus Paul. Pork is also another strong team. Endgame could drop cups. If they drop cups, that will be big because they're close and crashing out of top 8. If they drop cups, then that's big news. Jones a good chance to win against FaZe tonight and get closer to the top 8. But essentially, I think as my Thomas Peterson is also suggesting the odds for any team outside of top 9 is currently, as I'm looking at the stuff I generated. I'm still testing out the top 8 chance, but as far as I'm seeing at the moment, Jones has 2.8%. That's the highest outside of any clan outside of top 9. And there are 3 clans with 100% of qualification top 8% qualification percentage, being APA, Aqua, and Crowley. I don't think there are any surprises there. I do think these 3 clans, unless they have an extraordinarily bad night, I don't think they will have. I don't think they will be outside of top 8. And they are already they are already securing a top 4 position. So I really don't think that will happen. Rejects, the reject, as I'm saying, 99.8% suggested by Thomas Peterson. I don't think they will be out as well. But if they lose to Crayon, then there may be some issues here within. I don't know, but they should be alright, I guess. I mean, it will be between. It will be between Raid, Axe, and Nigra. I would think that Thomas Peterson would think that way. TQT also over 90% of qualification chances. They have a really good seeding tonight, so they should, on paper, get the first place in that group 5. TQT got 2 good seedings in previous guild tournaments, so this is already good news for them. Because TQT, they are low in the seeding. They are like 4th place in the seeding, and they really need to get some wins. Need to capitalize on every good seeding they have. I think on the first day they are facing PWNZ, and now they are facing Bot, and these 2 clans they should be able to beat. So coming to the 4th previous guild tournament, TQT would probably still be at the edge of the top 8, but they should be able to have a good solid cushion, so they can afford to lose in the semi-final and finish in the 3rd place or 4th. We will actually find out. We will actually do some maths after the 3rd previous go to after all the games finished. But for now, we'll focus on this match here. Rejects versus Crayon. Rejects came 3rd in the winter season, which no one saw that coming. Everyone was thinking it would be what's it, APA and Pink team qualifying to the top 4, and for the other group being Serenity and also Serenity and also Akbar. Serenity or Akbar and also Akbar. In the end, it wasn't the case. We have TQT winning all those important tiebreakers, and Rejects beating the Pink team 4-0. Wow. Although Rejects lost to Zenith 1-4 during that stage, so nothing is certain yet. Rejects could also lose to Crayon. Crayon is not a team you want to underestimate. As we saw against A1N1, they were strong. They really need to get to the top 16, but I mean their seeding is also not doing them any favors. But anyway, I would not be disappointed at the current top 16 teams, the current teams in the 9th to 16th place. But anyway, we're now on to Canal, which is going to be a game that which is going to be a map that is going to be dependent on caps and rotations. A map that a lot of teams would train on, so it's a difficult map to rotate. And if you could master rotations on Canal, at least your communication in rotation is good. And I think a lot of teams would do that. So now Rejects versus not Zenith, Crayon. Rejects taking a lot of light tanks, triple batch hats, and double T100 LTs. Don't think Rejects is trolling Crayon, because it's possible you could win with a lot of lights and mediums. It has been done before. I think 7-star did this, like with pretty much the entire team mediums and lights. So the good thing about this map is pretty big and somewhat open as well. And the light tanks can do unusually well compared to other maps. So we could see Rejects look to get B. Good shot onto Purple Crayon. And Crayon taking triple 7. Oh my god, ugly! Great position taken by the Batchats here. Full clip onto Ugly. Ugly has lost a shit ton of hit points trying to capture A. And Crayon will not be getting a C. And they will be under more than 1k hit points advantage. Move drops to D and try and cap the space up. But Crayon, they have no tanks trying to reset D. And Rejects don't want to get D even. They want to get all 7 tanks out of the fight. Serious is in deep trouble. I think Crayon is now in disarray, trying to grasp what is happening at the moment. Rejects in total control, in good positions, in positions that Crayon is not able to hide from. Spanish is trying to rush onto 2 light tanks. Not a lot of support from his teammates, although they are pretty much shooting from behind. But Rejects should be able to win this fight. Although Beta Bias has taken a couple of hits, taken out by Harry. Oh, I think I've jinxed that. Rejects probably would lose this fight. Crayon might be given a lifeline here. Oh, a bounce from Etafix onto Bobby, but Spanish will kill Bobby. But then Rejects have marched on to C. They're trying to take out Purple Crayon and Ugly Marcus and Harry. I mean, look at this push. Rejects not trolling at all with this setup. They know what they are doing. They know what to expect with this setup. They are now trying to get Ugly Marcus out of the fight. What a right start for Rejects. Amazing performance. Coil takes out not Coil takes out Harry. Playmaker takes out Harry, and we have Etafix down to 1 shot. Spanish is taken out, and Etafix is the last person standing. What a game! What a great game by Rejects! Wow. I'm very impressed about Rejects. That is extraordinary. That shows why they deserve to be in the top 8. There is literally nothing Crayon could do. Crayon essentially got trapped in the crossfire of Rejects. Wow. I'm impressed. That was amazing. 1-0 to Rejects in the spectacular fashion. And I think no one's going to doubt Rejects now. Rejects, they're going to show us what they're capable of doing. Are they going to maintain the quintuple like med setup, or are they going to change something up? This time they will be taking triple or even quadruple drift case. We were waiting for Mu to finalize. Crayon, on the other hand, they are going to be taking more heavies instead. But the issue here is the WZ, the traverse speed is going to be really low. So if Rejects is going to circle those 3s, Crayon will be in deep trouble. And double 60 TPs as well. So I think Crayon is going to definitely play the defensive role. And trying to create hesitation on the side of Rejects. But will Rejects hesitate? Mu finalized. And he's going to take the T100 LT. it's gonna be exciting. I mean, I don't know what to expect. It's black and white, I would say. Rejects taking a really soft lineup with a lot of DPM and mobility. Crayon having a lot more armor, but we know Rejects. Those players are really good players. I don't know. This is going to be... I want Etabix to show me how this is going to be done. How you deal with a mobile setup. Look at this. Rejects. Once again, they don't have the hit point pool advantage, but Crayon will have that. Crayon, let's see. This time, Rejects will commit their forces over to A, B, and A and C. And the lights of Rejects are going to go to A, B, and C. And Crayon trying to get B right at the beginning, but will Harry be absolutely shut down for doing that? Oh, crossfire coming in to Ugly Markets. Can Rejects put more shots in? No. The WZ113s are able to take A with relative impunity, but although they took a couple hits, Crayon took B. Good shots onto Slobin. But look at Rejects, are they now coming to take out Spanish? Great kill there. I completely missed Spanish taking a lot of shots. But Punisher is now under the crossfire of Crayon. It's all about focus fire for Crayon here. And the hit points are still neck and neck. Crayon still has the hit point advantage. And now Rejects. The bad chat, the 200 LT might be coming. And now Maid. Maid. Now we'll call it Maid for now. Maid is in deep trouble. 3 versus 4. The WZ13s are in deep trouble. Rejects focus onto Maid. And can Maid survive for long enough? Serious and Ugly is trying to push onto Punisher because they are going to die. Negabate is still alive. The 1-3s are trying to get Punisher out of the way. Good shot onto Punisher, but Serious is going to be out of the fight. It's going to be a 7 versus 4. And another tank taken out. But this is the first tank down for Rejects. Rejects are now trying to take out Ugly Markets. Ugly down to a one-shot. Rejects now going to look at Etabix. And maybe also Purple. Both Etabix and Ugly are down. Rejects with much better focus fire and decisiveness. This is another tremendous win for Rejects, and Crayon trying to counter Rejects' soft lineup with 1-3s and 60 TPs. It didn't work out in the end. But I would say more to do with the software rather than the hardware. I think Crayon can do this. Can pull this off. Potentially. Rejects is just a bit better with the fundamentals. Bounce much fewer shells. Focus a lot better. Communicates a lot better in general. Crayon. I think they could learn a lot from Rejects. They're not bad at all. I just have to repeat. Crayon is not a bad team, as we saw against A1N1. The Rejects look a lot more ready. And it's also to be expected. Rejects is such a strong team. We could very well see a top 4 contender in Rejects. And Rejects, they're now going to play this a little bit less seriously, but they could still play it really seriously. I think they're just going to improve their fundamentals at this point. Now they're up by 2-0. Crayon, do they have a fighting chance to make a comeback? This is going to test their psychology. This is going to test their resilience. Can they forget about what happened on Canal and focus on Alpenstadt? I know that Crayon can do this. Like, Crayon can win against these type of teams. I believe they've done that against LNC back in the Blitz Premier Cup last year. What Crayon is, I mean, Etabix has been around the scene for some time. I mean, not to say Rejects, those players have all been here for a long time, but they haven't been playing together. They only played together starting from this year. For Crayon, Crayon, they've known one another for quite some time. So I think Crayon will have to rely on this. Rely on chemistry. Rejects continue at what they're really good at, which is focus fire, communication, and also the individual skills. Let's say what both these two do. Rejects from the south side. The MLEs are going for the middle, and Crayon on the other hand, going mostly to A, doing something similar as they did against A1N1 from that side. Bobby, good position there. Has not taken a hit. Important spot. Rejects know what they are up against. And they made a call to push on to get owned. Oh, Crayon, are they ready? Good shots onto Playmaker though. Good shots to Playmaker, but Gatsu will get absolutely wrecked by the ongoing push. But Rejects, Crayon, all they need to do is to shut down this push as much as they could. They will lose Gatsu, and Rejects, they've lost a couple of hit points. The hit points still neck and neck. Crayon has not done a terrible job in doing a return fire. They immediately responded by trying to get Playmaker out of the way. But I'm afraid Sirius is not going to last for long. They have to be decisive in that push. Nitabix and Ugly needs to quickly support Sirius. They're now trying to get Coil off the way. Rejects, this push is not working as intended, but they have the hit point pool advantage, and that what matters them the most here. Coil down to one shot. Sirius is out of the fight. It's a 7 versus 5 situation. Crayon gets Coil as well. It's now a 6 versus 7. And Crayon, the next time they want to go for Wing Punisher, I think Crayon is steadily getting the momentum here. The Reject still has the hit point pool lead. And they have 4 really healthy tanks compared to Crayon with only 3. Etabix try to get Playmaker out of the fight. Crayon dropping the reactive armor will be important. But 4 versus 4, hit point still in huge favor for Crayon. Rejects, I mean, Crayon's going to be, Purple's going to go down very soon, and they're now trying to get Bobby Fischer out of the way, which is good, this is the focus they're going for. Bobby down to one shot, Purple goes down. Ugly Market is very low in health, so he has to stay really safe. Big shots of Spanish. Bobby is killed by Ugly, but Nagabeta tries to get Spanish out of the way. A good shot from Nagabeta, and Ugly's also one shot. Etabix really need to do something. Try to put a shot onto Nagabeta. It's a bounce. It's a miss, however. And Nagabeta, good shot onto Ugly. And that leaves Etabix the only healthy tank on Crayon's side. Rejects got this one, and they will be through to the final. No surprises. At least Rejects will be safe in the top 8 for another day. Well done to Rejects. Amazing, amazing game. Yeah, the shot efficiency for Reject is a lot better. They panned more difficult shots compared to Crayon. They bounce and miss a couple, a considerable amount more. So well done to Rejects. Crayon, this one was a lot closer, but they're still struggling a little bit with focus fire here. Not terrible, I would say. Crayon could have won this one if they tidy up their focus fire a little bit more. Rejects is just strong throughout. I can't wait to see how they play against Axe. This is going to be exciting. Well done to Rejects. The panning all those difficult shots is what made them qualify. All those 3 battles, they made all important. They penetrated very difficult shots, and this is something that is going to be a huge advantage. And I would not rule out Rejects getting the top 4 again. The top 4 fight is going to be extremely strong this season. Well done, Rejects. 3-0, the convincing victories. Nothing much to fault for Rejects. They hesitated a little bit, but not much. Just that. Just a bit. Yeah, it's just a bit. Essentially a bit too. Yeah, a bit just splitting hairs at this point to point out their mistakes. So just really huge props to them. They've done really well. Now let's reload the website. I hope the website is back. APA still playing against Raid. Oh, so we are actually the first. No, Crowley 3-0 against Opax. Anekra 3-0 against Trick, and Endgame 3-0 against Park. Wow, that was quick from Endgame. I thought Park will mount a challenge here. So wow, well done to Endgame and Anekra. Alright. So the finalists for now would be Rejects, Crowley, Ikra, and Endgame. Trick versus Park will be played soon. Yeah. So while we wait, we'll play a couple of random battles. I will lay in a couple of light tanks. I mean, I'll play the tier 10 tanks that which are currently having a birthday bonus. So let's begin with Object 140.
Let's get this show on the road. Enemy armor is hit. We didn't even scratch them.
No, I'm gonna run. That will be 2 versus 3, I would say. We haven't spotted the rest of the enemy team yet, so I don't have a lot of faith. I'm gonna run. And call for a push onto the T57 heavy. Yes, that's good. That's a good shot.
Penetration.
Oh no, that was big shot for onto the by the Death Star. But I will kill a Death Star, no problem about that. Oh, we need to push. We need to push. Ah, E100, go for it, go for it. Oh, come on. We can't waste time. Can't waste time sitting here. We need to start taking out these tanks. Thank you. T57 as a tribute.
We didn't even scratch them.
What? No way. An ammo rack. Oh.
Great shot. Enemy armor is damaged.
Oh, that 60 TP missed me. Maybe I should push through.
Enemy armor is hit.
Ah, can I circuit off death you?
We've damaged them. Enemy armor is hit.
No.
Hit. We've damaged them. Enemy armor is damaged. Sail out.
No.
This vehicle has had it.
I flopped a bit. Well, at least I did more than 3k. That's what matters. right. Let's see if the more results coming through. We do have a lot of results that are not here yet, but now I think we do. APA 3-1 against Raid. Unfortunate for Raid. They will probably get a third place tonight. But PWNZ is still playing against Olenni. Base is still playing against Jones, but Aqua is 3-0 against RNG. Group 3 X still playing against Veil. Crow still playing against Noxu. Bot still playing against TKT. Isfra still playing against Immortals. Yeah, I still have a couple of results that are still we're still waiting for a couple of results. Okay. Let me play it. Let me do this again. 140.
Up and at 'em, lads.
Yeah. 5 tank spotted. Leopard PJ there. I can risk that. I can risk that. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Our M60 is really aggressive. I want to get that medium tank Leopard PTA out.
Penetration.
Can I perma track you?
Enemy armor.
Maybe I can.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Yeah. Yes. Bye, Octiga. See you later, alligator. And I think I should be able to out DPM that Leopard PTA. Why not?
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is damaged.
We're not going to win
We've damaged them.
against me.
Go
Bye.
here. Enemy armor is hit.
Ooh, yeah. Ah, let me through. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, that was a good kill.
We've damaged them. Penetration.
Whew. What a win. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's see with results for other groups now. 4K. Yeah, I don't expect more than that. That's a decent victory. Yes, thank you. Oh, that's a great victory. Okay, let's see who we have results. For other groups now. Will we see upsets? Will we see upsets? Olenni 3-1 against BWNZ. I think this could be an upset. Is it? Let me check my power rating. Let's see. I believe both of these teams are a little bit low on the power rating, so I won't be surprised. PWNZ is there. Oh, actually no. Both of them are really close in skill, so Olenni winning is going to bring them up in the rating. which is good. They are now going to be going to face APA PWNZ against Raid, and next we have Jones still playing against FaZe. Both of them are closely matched. I like that. Axe are still playing against Veil. Wow, Noxus 3-0 against. Oh, this is a surprise. This is a surprise. This is going to seal them in the top 16 then, I would think. Noxu, that was group 4. Yes, this is going to send them rising on the power rating, and who will drop down by a lot though. TQT 3-1 against Spots, so no surprises here. Immortal still playing against Isra. Yeah, so we have a couple more results coming through, and I'm going to update the leaderboard as well. Okay. So we have APA and Oleni through. Aqua through. Rejects are through. Crowley and also Noxu are through. We have TQT through. And Ikra endgame through. Alright. So, let's look at the new leaderboard. Now, we have Ikra rising to the top 8 after and ahead of Raid after qualifying to the final. That will send Raid to the 8th place for now, and Axe now in 9th place, as they're still waiting for the results against Veil. APA, Crowley, Rejects, Aqua all still with 32,124 cups as they're all in the final at the moment. TQT also in the final, in the 5th place now, Endgame 6th, Ikra 7th. Depends on whether Axe will be in the 9th or Raid in the 8th, or Raid in the 9th. Noxu has risen to the 10th place after the victory against Hu. That will send Hu out of top 16. And yes, Noxu, can they go even further and win? But it's against Crowley, one of the strongest clan on the EU server. So I don't know. Oh, Eaterbix lagged out on the second battle. That's bad. I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah. Right, so we still have time, yeah, to break a slide now. We'll play this one. Let's go.
Time to roll out. Penetration. Great shot.
Ah, someone's coming with me. That's good.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit.
Oh, that was a kill. I'll rush that.
Penetration.
Ah. Okay, so only 5 times left. We're starting off strong. That's great news already.
Enemy armor is hit.
1, 3. Ah, you got me there.
Ricochet.
That's a ricochet, and oh, I can't dodge that shot. I can't brawl against WZ13 centrally. I may be able to go below that, and 113 will not be able to take me out for now. There is also a tank that's next to 268. Where is that? The IS-7. Oh god. A bit scared.
Enemy armor is damaged. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Oh, that was a big hit there. No, I can't do this.
Great shot.
Ow, come
Tracks
on.
is damaged.
No, I don't want to waste my adrenaline. But I am below in health. The Handbagger can kill that IS-7, can they? I'll be struggling a little bit. Just waiting for the...
Penetration.
Come on. I'm gonna track this fella.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Yeah. And you're back. Oh my god. The 268.
That one
No, no,
didn't
no,
go
no, no,
through.
no, 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 no. Fantastic hit. Great job. Yeah. We will win this one. No issues. Oof, that was close. We have not lost a tank at all. Wow. What a game. I thought it was way closer than it was purported to be. Actually, we lost a tank, but it was a huge margin. I don't think I don't think that performance would warrant like a 3.7k damage. Maybe I just did too well on the southwestern corner, and then just didn't do as well on the other side. So yeah, but at least I won the game for the team. We won the game, not I won the game. We won the game. Okay, so I'm going back to the lounge. I'm not going to quit the game. Okay, do we have more results coming through? Yes, Jones managed to beat FaZe 3-2, which means Jones are through. And Jones will overtake FaZe, I think. Okay, let's put that in. So Jones will be playing against Arthur in the round final. Vale won against Axe 3-2. Oh my god. Oh my god, Axe. Let me look at their qualification chances. Yeah, they had like 71%, but Ikra also has 63.2% in the 9th place. This is going to send shockwaves. This is an upset we're all looking for. Well done to Vale. Rejects versus Vale will be interesting to watch. Immortals 3-2 against Isra, so well done to Immortals. Isra is close in dropping out top 16 tonight, and yeah, we have all the results, so we can announce the finalists and on the finalists for tonight. APA, Oleni, Jones, Arthur, Bijax, Vale, Crowley, Noxu, TQT Immortals, and Ikra versus Endgame. And I will update the cups now. You will see the updated version. So we have Jones and also Arthur, which I got it. Vale, well done. Well done. TQT Immortals. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I must have forgot one. Okay, yeah, I got, yeah, now I will update the Cups leaderboard. We have a new top 8. Axe is now out of top 8 after losing to Vale, with Vale in the 13th position, 30,346 cups. That will put them in a much comfortable position in the Challengers Tournament position. Pog in the 15th position, Ezra in the 16th at 16th. FaZe in 13th, tied with Vale. Noxu in 12th. Immortals in 11th. Jones in 10th. X in 9th. Raid. The current top 8 will be APA, Rejects, Aqua, Crowley, TQT, Endgame, Ikra, and Raid. All depends on the very last day, but I think this is going to mean Axe might miss out on top on a spot in the professionals tournament, and that would show it was kind of a fall from grace for Axe. For Axe, previously known as the Paint Team, widely tipped back in the days to the autumn season to qualify to the top 4. Now, good chance for them to crash out top 4. Sadly, top 8. I mean, it is what it is. Wow. Raid was hoping that they would get some amnesty from that seeding. They got it, and they have to make use of that. They must get the 3rd place in the end, in order to maintain the gap with Axe. Otherwise, I mean, Raid is playing against PWNZ at the moment. They shouldn't have too much difficulty. Right, the room will be up in around 30 minutes, which means I can play the TVP. Let's do this.
Let's go.
If I'm not being spotted here, then probably most of them are here, I think. I'm just going to shoot and get myself spotted.
We've damaged them.
It's fine, sorry, I'm so sorry, girl. I should be laughing at you, but I can't help myself. It's a random battles anyway, so it's not tournaments. So I'm spared for laughing at you. I'm spared. I'm now going to try to take out this tank. Oh, you have this.
Penetration. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged.
Okay, I'm going to go for Tron reload. Yeah. I'm gonna keep you spotted. Hopefully. Thank you. Oh my god. The CC tries to shoot me. Now I would have to relocate. See if I have any luck here. Spotting the medium tank. No. Yeah, I got you. I got you, don't worry. Oh, good. TVP is it? But you want to shoot.
We didn't even scratch them. We didn't penetrate their
I'm
armor.
going to reload a bit. I'm going to wait until I have the clip reloaded. Then I'm going to... The TDs, are you doing stuff?
Frack hit.
Oh, you missed. Oh no.
We've damaged them. Enemy armor destroyed.
I'm going for a drum reload. Yeah. Let's go, they can do this. Come on, gun. Yeah. There you go. That was a victory. I'm going to speak.
We're mobilized. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor destroyed.
Right, okay, now I have got the birthday bonus. I think the room will be up. I'll be switching my screen again. So once again, the current top 8. The current top 8 as we speak is APK Rejects, Akbar, Crowley, TQTN, GameMaker, and Raid. Axe in the 9th place, but I do hope they will perform well on the very last day. They have to rely on the 4th root school tournament. If they could get the 1st place, they could potentially get back to the top 8. Now they are on the disadvantage. I believe in them. They could do it, but they have to do well. I think Jones will overtake Ats even to get to the 9th place. This is actually possible. Is it not? Yeah, it's entirely possible. Jones, if they get 1st place, they will have more cups than Axe. But Jones is against Akbar. Can they win against Akbar? That is the $1 million question. Jones is only back, and then they don't have their best players. It's more like Jones when they first started. So it's more like Jones when they first started, so I don't expect them to win against Akbar. Axe probably will still be in the 9th place, but I hope for the best. The Axe fans need to do really well in supporting the team. Now this is the moment that is going to shine for you. Really give them a lot of support, because they will have to rely on your support in order to play. In order to get the top 8, you don't want to disappoint. You don't. Yeah, Axe. They'll play against Crayon. Will Crayon win against Axe? Bit unlikely, but nothing is possible at this point. The room will be up soon. Room is not up yet. Oh my god. Room. Put this up soon. No room revive. No room revive. Yay, room invite. Rejects versus Vale. Well done to Vale, winning against Axon. It's in one of the biggest upsets tonight. Rejects played really well against Crayon. Can they bring it to Vale? If they continue to play like what we saw, the sky is very far away. I forgot the phrase. Vale, don't let me down. Don't let me down. I know Vale can do really well. I was in Vale before. I know these players. They can be. They have been playing with one another for a while. So I mean, almost the same. I'll say almost the same as Crayon guys. You know, Vale. They were in top 8 a couple of times. It's 20. I say they started coming. Yeah, I think 2020 is when they started rising. Of Elysium and his players, they are like hot property back then. And then comes 2021, which continued their prominence. I don't think they've got top 4 before. Not that I remember, but it's a success story. Coming. I mean, they were not one of the most. Not one of the legendary clans on the EU server, but they managed to go really far. Yeah, I have lots of expectations for Vale this season. They haven't been playing for a while, so I hope, but they seem to have come back really well. They played in the autumn season. I don't think it's with this team, and we can see it. We can see now. This is the team, the Vale team we are talking about. Rejects. A lot of you all are saying the MLE is not a good choice, but Rejects are taking lots of MLEs, quadruple MLEs, and triple Strift Ks. But Vale is also taking a lot of MLEs, triple. So we have septuple MLEs across the board. For those of you saying, whoever takes the MLE is. Well, how can I put it in a better way? It's not the most. No, just saying, yeah. People saying there are better tanks than MLE, like the E5, but the MLE. Let's see what they can do with that. They have the tungsten shell, obviously, and they have speed. Not sure about DPM. Let me check about DPM. When we probably still have time. Can I just check it from here? No. We'll check it later. Well, I actually now we can't do that. We got the no. Oh, about it. Oh yeah, this one. Oh, 1 minute and 3 minutes left to go. You can see the DPM. Where is it? Not that high actually. So a bit baffled. Why you would take that? We'll see why, but not a lot of DPM, so to speak. Although the tungsten shell will increase your DPM by a bit. So yeah, but we are seeing a level. This is an interesting view on that. I think they got the graphics boost nowadays, so it looks a lot like the Kampfpanzer now. Sorry, going a bit off tangent, but new base is quite a flat mount as you go to the British side, which I think the lineup that both teams are taking will legislate this. I can't see both of them going for the city side. The MLE is just a bit tall, and that profile is not suited not suited for city play. I might be wrong though, but I would expect both teams to go and brawl out on the bridge side, and it will all depend on the DPM. Let's see where they're going to go. Rejects going to the bridge side as expected, but well, no, not really. They will send tanks over to the bridge side, but they're spreading out a little bit with Lauro going to capture C. And Killer from North trying to overlook this corridor here. C will be taken by Vel. That will give them the cap lead, but will Rejects make a big push right at the start, just as they did against Crayon. But at the moment, Rejects is holding off a little bit. They have traded slightly better, but not the best for now. Shots onto 6. Otherwise known as Bay, I believe. I believe the word Bay was taken by someone else. So Veil is playing a little bit more than Rejects at the moment. Rejects starting to find a way to rush. And Slorbin, this could be a good push. Slorbin coming from below, trying to take out Flam with the number 9. And Bay has taken a couple of big hits. Great stuff for Rejects. Rejects are about to take a tank down, but the focus is now onto Flamemaker from Veil. And we have Bay. Bobby on the tungsten shell. Kills Bay. Flamingo also dead with the number 9. But Veil has also pushed through the middle. Killer from North trying to take out Coil. Hit points are now in favor of Rejects, and they have more guns as well. Rejects trying to take out Flamingo with the number 2. Laura sitting from behind, and not something I would recommend. They have he has a lot of hit points at the moment. Flamingo's trying to put a shot onto Punisher, but it was bounce. Patrick down. Flamingo with number 2 down. Brain down. It's a 6 versus 3 here. Killer quite low. Rejects is doing really well. Killer from North misses the shell and will be killed by Coil, and that's just what I say about Rejects. Their shot efficiency is just really good. They land all those difficult shots, and that is what separates them from the rest of the bunch. I think Rejects, I think they're looking for now top 4 finish again this season. I won't rule them out at all. They are strong. They are really strong. Bobby gets a kill onto Vengeance with Playmaker down. Lauer the last person standing. I am really not sure whether Lauer should have stayed behind like that. Although he might have shots, but Rejects, it will be a bit easier for Rejects to focus fire, as you can see. Cornered a couple of times at the beginning, reducing Veil's shot efficient, effective DPM as much as possible. Great job to Rejects. 1-0 to Rejects. We are back on New Bay. Let's go back and see. Day 3. That is group 3. Sorry, I forgot your clan logo, Veil. Please forgive me. I'm going to do that really quickly. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this is going to generate the logo now. We're going back very soon. I'm just going to test it out. Yes, your logo is there. Sorry, I forgot to put your logo. But now your logo is back. Rejects is going to take quintuple MLEs, with Vel still taking triple MLEs. But Rejects exploited the weakness of MLEs really well, despite them taking a lot of MLEs, which is tall profile. If you are being flanked from behind, the MLE is going to suffer with a tall profile. So Rejects will continue to be the aggressor, and Veil will have to counter this aggressiveness. This time, they will take double Strift K, 113, and a VK. Let's go back. But Rejects
Let's get this show on the road.
Red team from the south spawn with Vale, blue team from the north spawn. Let's look at Bobby Fischer. T100 LT doing the spotting for rejects. Staying here for a moment to see if Vale is going to push under the bridge. Oh, Flamingo spotted with the number 9. Good shot to Flamingo, great start. Oh, double tap at the track. But Bobby receives a double tap. Might have stayed there for too long. So in terms of trade, Vale is not too far behind. Negabator and Killer from North for essentially playing 1 versus 1. But look at this. Vale is being aggressive. This is what we love to see. Naro and Killer try to get Negabator out of the way. They have to do that because, oh, but at the same time, Killer takes a lot of shots. Naro, oh, needs to drop some hit points. Rejects, they have to push. They are under hit point pool disadvantage. And they're trying to tag Flamingo with the number 2 now, but Negabator is now really low. Killer is on 1 shot essentially. Flamingo with the number 9 is also really low. So that means these 2 double MLEs have to start pushing forward to support Flamingo with the number 9. Flamingo number 9 not going to last for long. Down to 1 shot, gets taken out by Slowman, and the double MLEs are still tentatively in that position. Punisher out of the way, Call out of the way. 4 versus 5 now. Vale with a strong hit on pool lead and a gun advantage. This is looking really good for them. Vengeance gets the kill on Brain, and Patrick is now tagging Playmaker. Vale, what a great match here. Great performance. Playmaker on fire. Patrick and Vengeance and Flamingo gets Playmaker out of the way. 2 versus 4. Wow, rejects were made to push. They were not the ones to push first. Vale, great job in making the call. That is a great push. That is a great push. And Bay has to get those shots onto Bobby Fischer, which he should be able to do that. That was a bounce. Come on, Bay, come on. Ram, good Ram. Just only 18. It's fine, totally fine. And Bay, come on, get that shot in. Bobby gets a bounce because Bay was making it difficult for Bobby. Bay down to a 1 shot. Come on, Bobby. Gets the kill onto Bay. Bobby's the last person standing. Vengeance jumping from the bridge. Tracked himself, but he will fix his tracks. But Flamingo with number 2 will get Bobby 1-1. What a game. Vale, well done. Well done. Impressive stuff. Great push. So, we now know how to counter rejects. It's that you be the aggressor, not rejects. If you push first, if you surprise rejects, then you might get away with that. And that's what Vale did. Or even if Killer takes a lot of beating there, down there. But rejects will not be able to win this bracket easily. I mean, even if rejects does not finish first, it's still fine. Vale would be in a much more comfortable position. However, now we are on Port Bay. I'm just going to turn on the lights so we can. So it will be better for me. Wait a second. Okay, now we have Vale taking triple Strift Ks, double IS1, IS7, and a T100 LT rejects, triple VKs, a mouse, Strift K, a T110 E5, and a TVP. Port Bay, different situation than New Bay, although they have the same last word, but essentially the similarities are not that small. Port Bay is a much larger perceptively. Is that the right word? Perceptively, I think. Yeah. I can't wait to see. Rejects doing something completely different. Like triple VKs. They would have ditched their. Oh, are they going to push with that? You can say they're going to make it a bit unpredictable, and I love that. I'd love to see that.
Move out.
We will see rejects from the south spawn go into A, but will Veil be aggressive? Blue team from the north spawn. The amount of hit points, rejects have more hit points. So let's see about Killer from north. Yes, he goes up to the plateau. And try to spot if anyone goes to C. At the moment, it's not. I think Killer's trying to spot at a particular corridor, which would give less information for Veil, so to speak. To be honest with you, so they don't know where most of the tanks of rejects are. They only spotted one, which is Coil in the T110U5, and Lauro is spotted. He is next to those coast stacks. Good for her down. Good to buy time for rejects to push, but essentially it's a tank out of the way. So Veil has to play this one really carefully. They don't want to lose a tank somewhere else, so they really have to make use. They have to play this one really attentively. We could potentially see now Killer for North could say negative. Ah, no. Yes. Oh, that was close. That was close. Killer from North runs away because I think he senses trouble. But at the same time, Lauro takes a hit from Coil, and Coil takes another hit from Lauro. Looks pretty good for Veil at the moment. And rejects will be pushing on to nothing, but they will get a count lead because they will get C more quickly than Veil getting A. Flamingo with the number 9 will get A. If they can kill Coil, things will switch. That means if rejects lose Coil, Veil will have the cap lead and they will be on the defensive. They are thinking that they could do that. Lauro is doing a really good job at that. Look at this. But at the same time, we can see a push from rejects to Veil spawn. So we will see Coil being taken out, and rejects now trying to push onto Bay, but Veil knows rejects pushing, so they're trying to create a situation where rejects will continue to push onto nothing. Bay is now unable to run away, unable to escape, will be under the focus fire of rejects. Going to be a 6-7 very soon. Bay gets taken out, but at the same time, we could see Veil counter pushing. Vengeance is not going to survive for long. He will try to push as many shells as possible, but Veil is trying to get those tanks out of the fight very quickly. Playmaker and Brain, they have to be taken out really quickly. Vengeance have to hope that rejects will take some time to kill him off. Vengeance now down to 1 shot, and Flamingo will get a kill of Playmaker. That's the case. Now Brain is low in health, but Brain is in a mouse. Hit points are now neck and neck. Rejects 5 versus 5. This is going to be really close, but at the moment, Veil has the target to focus, not rejects. Rejects will find it difficult. Lauro is far at the back, and Brain is at the front line, brawling with the pushing tank for Veil. Veil takes out Brain, and it's now 4 versus 5. In 4 versus 5, Killer from North takes C, and that will give rejects even more pressure. They will need to kill the tanks Veil out, and rejects with much crippled mobility, they will be in deep trouble. Big shot onto Flamingo with the number 2 by negative bias, and now reject is tagging Lauro, or maybe not. Slobin puts a good shell to Flamingo with number 9, and now Slobin tries to kill Lauro. Lauro has to stay safe, buy time. Flamingo coming from behind, but Slobin gets the shot, gets the kill to Lauro. Flamingo, good shot on Slobin. 3 versus 4 now. Rejects, do they still have a chance? Bobby coming back to support the team. Bobby gets a good shot onto Flamingo. Flamingo down to 1 shot. Flamingo needs to kill Slobin. Slobin has to stay alive, has to hope there is a bounce on the way, but no, it's not a bounce. Flamingo tries to run away, but will be killed by Bobby Fischer. 2 versus 3 now. Cap points in huge favor of Veil, but Bobby Fischer is the only medium. No. The Killer is also alive. Killer is trying to stay safe. Veil gets all 3 caps. If they stay alive, they will win this one. Rejects, they have to kill both Patrick and Flamingo really, really quickly. Otherwise, they will lose by caps. But can they do that? Can they do that? Bobby is a 1-shot though. He cannot go too aggressively. And I think it's all over for Rejects. Veil bring this one to a 2-1 victories at the moment. Veil looking very good tonight. Rejects, they're steadily losing momentum. I don't think this lineup is doing them any favors. Their play style is not suited for the setup. It's too slow for them. Veil was able to isolate a couple of Rejects tanks, and their shot efficiency matches up with Rejects shot efficiency, and they won with DPM and mobility, and they are now in the lead 2-1, and we could potentially see another upset, and Veil could very well mount a top 8 challenge, and it will go down to the very last day. Well done to Veil. Rejects, can they make a comeback here? Can they do this? Veil, they will be boiled. Boiled. They will be boiled. They will be boiled about that, about the 2 battle wins they achieved against one of the strongest clans on the EU server. And Veil definitely won a top 8 spot. They will be taking double IS4, triple Strift K and IS7 and a T100 LT on the Reject side. Triple Strift K, double TVP, T110E5, and Brain, will he stay in the mouse? He will take the MLEs. So Rejects is going to ditch the super heavy lineup, which makes sense because it is one of the main reasons why they lost the last battle. They are going back to mobility. Will Veil be able to cope with that? Veil is going to be taking a bit of an ambidextrous setup with a bit of a mix between armor and mobility, and is this mix going to give them the match point here? Let's find out. Port Bay. Currently 2-1 in favor of Veil, and they are looking stronger than ever at the moment. Rejects not out of this yet, but they're losing steam. Rejects now going for C, and Veil, blue team, going for A. Let's look at where they're going here. Bobby in the TVP. Let's follow Bobby for now. He's going for the northeastern corner, trying to gain control of the EC. No, he's going down the valley. He's just going straight in, knocking down a tree to see if Veil is going for C. No, they are not going for C. And Veil, are they going to go for A first? Oh, C is being captured. Veil will go for A. Flamingo with the number 2 will not get reset here. Flamingo with the number 9 will try to get B, but maybe they will have challenge. At the moment, no one's going up that plateau for Rejects. Flamingo might be able to get away with B, and this will be big for Rejects. Rejects already quickly going to flank from behind, going through Veil's spawn. Essentially, they don't have a lot of information, but they will surprise Veil. Will Veil be ready? Bobby is on the plateau trying to do some spotting, but Veil, Laura is spotted. Laura might be in deep trouble here. The rest of Rejects teams try to push onto Laura. Laura takes 3 shots, almost 4. Veil, they need to respond. They need a response, and they can't allow Laura to lose all the hit points like that. Laura down to one shot. Rain could kill Laura. In safety for now. That's important for the Maker coming support Veil. Bay is being the focus of Rejects, but Veil unable to shut down a tank so far. They have to do something. Coil now a bit low, but Bay is the first thing out of the way. Killed by Playmaker. Lauro dead. It's now a 7 versus 5. Killer from north. Down to a 1 shot. Killed by Slovin. Coil is dead, but it's 6 versus 4. It was in huge favor of Rejects. Great push by Rejects. Good focus fire. Veil was a bit slow this time. They were not responding to tanks being low in health, and Rejects being absolutely clinical with all of their shots. Now Patrick trying to ball with 2 TVP, but couldn't win that one. That leaves Flamingo with the number 2, last person standing. Rejects is back. They will bring it to a 2-2. It's a tie. I will change the map. Well done. Well done to Rejects. Great communication. This is a great match for them. Impressive. They have to continue to play like that in order to win against Veil. Veil, this time they're a bit slow. They need to catch up with the intensity of rejects, and this is how they could win. Catch up with the intensity, then you will win. We will change to Alpenstadt. This is the third time we are following Alpenstadt tonight. So many battles on Alpenstadt. The draw is a bit bad. Oh, we have a lot of people from Rejects watching the stream. Hello, everyone. Hello. I don't have a moderator with me, so I don't know. But we have a lot of people now watching. Suddenly my chat comes alive. Yeah. Ah, the Leicester people. Okay. Looking at Veil, triple MLEs, double Strift Ks, a T100 LT, and IS4 rejects. I am really not sure if you should continue with no, they're going for a mix, actually. The double mouse strategy. Actually, I think I would stand by that. I would stand by that. Quadruple MLEs. A Strift K double mouse MLEs. Veil triple MLEs. They love triple MLE strats. Double Strift K and IS4 and 200 LT. Rejects going for no light tank at all. That will put them at the disadvantage. Killer from North will have a lot of responsibility to spot and give information for Veil. Let's see, Rejects, can they do this? I have faith they can bring this home. Veil, can they keep up with the intensity? Rejects have more hit points than Veil. But as we saw, Veil can win a couple of battles. Well, let's see. Rejects. From the north side, we'll be going mostly to BNC, and Veil on the other hand. Let's follow Killer from North, the only light tank on the battlefield. He will be quite aggressive in the spotting. He will spot nothing. That will still be information. He will try to get A instead. That is contrary to what I always say about Alpenstadt being north spawn. More advantageous in getting the cap first. Bobby tries to put shots onto Bay, but he will get a shot in return. Bay gets track shot. And Bay has lost a lot of hit points. Patrick trying to block Bay. Patrick now doing the Lambda, trying to shield Bay. The Rejects, are they stopping? They are not stopping. They're still trying to get Bay out of the way. They have killed Bay, and now they continue to make a push. The Mouses will be a nuisance. They're trying to tag Flamingo next. Veil is in tatters. Can they keep up? Lara and Vengeance behind. I'm not sure if this is a good call again. Rejects do not have a lot of difficulty in calling the focus fire. Flamingo for the number 2 is out of the fight. Patrick now down to a one-shot. Coil a one-shot as well. 7 versus 5. Flamingo gets the kill onto Coil, but Patrick will be out of the fight. Bobby is a one-shot. Laro has to get the shot in, and he will get the shot in. 5 versus 4. There's still a chance for Veil, but the chance is becoming smaller and smaller. Rejects. They took out Flamingo with the number 9, but Playmaker is also out of the fight. Veil, they have to work really well with one another. Punisher is quite low. At the same time, Vengeance is doing 1 versus 1. Bounces the shot onto Brain. Lauro down to one shot. Lauro's tried to run, but I don't think he could. He has to get a shot in with the Slobbin. He does. But Killer from North is being tagged by Rejects. Rejects, I think they will have this. They will bring it to a match point now. That leaves Vengeance, the last person standing against Bray. Has taken way too long for Vengeance to kill. And it's another bounce for Vengeance. And Rejects, with a much better shot efficiency, will win this fight. Well done to Rejects. Exploding Guy says, EU seems a lot faster than APAC. that depends on the team, to be honest with you. Teams like Rejects, ARWV, potentially, they will play it really quickly. So you need to keep up with the intensities. Their attacks from behind. Again, the issue is you don't want to. You want to be close with one another in a brawl situation, especially when we are talking about brawling in corridors. Rejects do not have much difficulty in isolating tanks. They are capitalizing on Veil doing a layered formation, and match point to Rejects now. They are now leading again 3-2 Veil. This is their last chance. Can they bring it to a tiebreaker? Rejects, they are back in form. They boiled some water, they got some steam. They're going to kickstart a momentum. If they finish first in their group tonight, that will put them in a really good position going to the 4th Proof of Skill tournament. And Rejects, let's say. Now, Veil, we are seeing double, triple Strift Ks, double IS7s, an MLE and a 60 TP with Rejects, quadruple MLEs, a Strift K and double Mouse. Going back to a similar lineup, actually the same lineup as last battle. It works for them, maybe this time it will also work. Veil have to stay together, they cannot separate like that. That just gives so many chances for Rejects to focus fire easily. This is all about shot efficiency and making it difficult for the other team to focus fire. If you stay behind, you're making it easier, so avoid that. Unless you only have one tank, then go ahead. Veil this time will go mostly to A and B, with Rejects going mostly to B and C. The quadruple MLE strategy, the triple MLE is going quite aggressive. Are they going past B? Killer might be in a bit of a defensive situation. I mean, an isolated situation. Killer is spotted. Veil tries to get A, try to get the cap lead. Rejects, are they going to go and cap B? No, I think they're going to go past that. No? Maybe they're going for B. Negative bias trying to get B, but Rejects is being shot at for crossing. Killer from North might be in deep trouble now. Veil, now's the time to respawn. This is something similar as what we saw against Crayon. Does Veil do it better to respond to Rejects push? Hit points in neck and neck at the moment, but Killer from North is isolated. Veil needs to come in to support Killer from North. Are they going for Playmaker? Playmaker is the focus for Veil. Killer gets killed by Bobby Fischer, but Flamingo is trying to do 1 versus 1 against Coil, and I think this is going to be Coil winning the fight. Vengeance, good shot onto Playmaker, but Playmaker is still alive. Veil unable to converge their forces, and Rejects is able to take out another tank here. Flamingo with the number 9 is not going to last for long. Playmaker still survives. I don't know how, but he's hiding himself really nicely, and we can see Flamingo will be killed by Coil. Punisher down to 1 shot. Punisher down to 1 shot. Playmaker down. Punisher still alive. Brain still alive. Hit points in huge with Rejects now. Flamingo gets another ram by Brain, and it's now 5 versus 4. Laro in the Strip K, quite far away from the rest of the team. Negative bias. Good shot onto Flamingo. Tries to get a ram onto Flamingo. Not enough to kill Flamingo. But Flamingo will be able to be killed by HE Splash. Negative bias receives a bounce from Flamingo for number 2. And negative bias is down. 4 versus 3. Vengeance is being isolated by Rejects team. Rejects looking closer and closer to winning the 6th battle on Alpenstadt. They'll try to get B with Laura, but I'm not sure it's going to work here. Bay is a 1-shot. Good shot to Slobin, but Laura's also 1-shot. Laura misses the shell. Bay is out. B has been captured by Laro. And Coil And Slob is going to get the kill onto Laro. And it's it. And that's it for us. Rejects 4-2 against Vale. I agree, the Exploding Guy. It'll be great to analyze EU server. There'll be a couple of teams that will be there, hopefully. APAC, they are much better than they were before, so I expect APAC server to field a team that is going to be a competitive one. NA as well, NA server as well. So yeah, well done to Rejects. Really high intensity games tonight, and they picked up momentum in the last couple. Vale struggling to maintain that intensity, especially the last two battles. Their issue was they allowed Rejects to isolate them. Their crossfire wasn't really working. And Rejects was able to isolate tanks, get them out, reduce the shot efficiency, the effective DPM of Vale, and that's pretty much. It's very simple strategies for Rejects. Go aggressive, take out isolated tanks, and yeah, and hope for the best. Their communication and focus fire are simply one of the best, and their individual skills are really good. Look at how many shots they penetrated, especially the difficult ones. Mind you, they penetrated difficult shells. Vale, you can, on the other hand, bounce a couple, misses a couple, and that really separates the two teams here. And Vale will not overtake Axe here tonight. So let's see if we have any more results coming in for tonight. Okay, we do. Let me show you the screen. APA 4-1 against Oleni, and Raid 4-0 against PWNZ. That was brutal from Raid. So well done to APA. Group 2. Okay, I thought Jones won. Aqua won 4-0. Though that was really close for RNG. Barely lost to base 3-4. So commiserations to RNG, but RNG played well at the very least. But Aqua looks very comfortable in the top 8. As we saw, Rejects 4-2 against Vale, but X, not sure what happened to them tonight. They were struggling and they barely managed to win. Crayon 4-3. But still, it's a win for them, so it's still something to take away. Crowley 4-1 against Noxu, and Hu 4-0 against Opax. And next we have TQT versus Immortals. TQT won 4-2 against Immortals, and they have won their group with Bart versus Isra. Isra 4-0 against Bart. So well done to Isra. They will get the 3rd place, and Bart again getting the 4th place. Their chances in getting the top 16 are becoming lower and lower. Finally, we have Group 6. Group 6 we have Akra still playing against Endgame, but Pork 4-0 against Trick. And that concludes my run for here. So I'm going to remove the screen, and you can see the rolling bracket. Let's look at the cups, number of cups. So first, APA gets the first place, Raid 3rd, next Aqua 1st, and Face 3rd. Rejects 1st, Axe 3rd, Crowley 1st, and Hu 3rd. Group 5 TQT 1st, and Isra third. Finally, we have Group 6, Pog third at the moment, and we are waiting for Isra versus Endgame, and that will be streamed by Budget. You're welcome, the Exploding Guy. So the number cups are as follows. APA, Rejects, Aqua, Curly, TKT, Raid, Endgame, Ikra are your top 8 teams. Either Ikra or Endgame will finish lower than Raid. We will find out who that will be. Axe in the 9th place, and they're under more than they're under about 100 cups. Jones will be in the 10th place, the same placing as Space, but the clan rating will be different. Immortals at 12th, Noxu 13th, Veil 14th, but they have managed to pull off more than about 500 cups of difference, and that could be enough to see them a spot in the Challengers Tournament. Pork 15th, Isra 16th, Pool in 17th, PWNZ in the 18th spot in the 19th, and Crayon 20th. Okay, let me reload the screen, and let's see. Ikra won against Endgame 4-2, which means Ikra finally got the first place in the previous skill tournament, and Endgame still looking for that first place. Let me see. Let me get the cups. Endgame losing and Ikra winning 4-2. Let me check this out. Okay, so Endgame lost to Ikra 2-4 in the cups. As you can see on the screen, they have 31,504 cups, and that will be really good news for them. Endgame, they are in jeopardy. They have to hope that they will have good seeding, but they will have to hope they won't face another strong team be above them. But even if they get second place, they have to hope Raid and Axe will not get a bad seeding. Oh, will they? They just have to hope that Axe. Let me see. Do Jones have essentially a chance to overtake? We can go back to the PowerPoint and I will show you here. This is the number of cups that you can earn. And let me get this. The leaderboard here. Yeah, this is the current leaderboard. We have. Okay, so let's mark the difference in cups. So the difference between here, getting by calculator, essentially I think all the top 9 teams will finish at least in the top 3. Of course they have to finish first place in both stage 1 and stage 2. But as we can see, 440 cups separate between the first place and second place, and the second place and third place they separate by 320. And then this one, 734 is what separates Endgame and Axe. Jones at the moment, and I'm seeing here Jones. 640 cups of difference here. I'm going to go back to the slide. 640 cups would be Endgame versus Jones. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my eraser and actually make a quick table. So let me see. Okay. So we have Raid and Endgame. Axe and also Jones or Face. And then Raid, Endgame, Axe and Jones or Face. Okay, so let's look at the gap. Okay, I'm going the gap. It's not the autumn season. I might have got the wrong logo. So Endgame, the difference between Raid and Endgame. Okay, 90, 94, 94, 94, 414, 730. Okay. Okay, and how about Endgame with Axe and also Jones? So 320 and then 640. Okay, we can put that here. And finally, Axe and Jones. The number of cups. 320. Okay, so in this situation, for Jones to overtake Endgame or Raid, of course they have to overtake Axe as well. They have to hope Endgame and Raid will not qualify to the final. That's their only chance in getting top 8. And Jones obviously have to qualify to the final and win that group. So the chances of Jones getting to top 8 is realistically pretty low. So we are only left with Axe. We're only left with Axe. So to overtake Endgame, they need 320 more cups, and they could potentially do that if they qualify to the final and Endgame do not. That's exactly 320 cups of difference. If we are looking at Axe to overtake Raid, then they will need to finish in the first place while Raid finish second, or Raid drops down to the third to the match for third place. And in that situation, Axe have to win that group. If they don't win that group, they will not overtake Raid. If Endgame, if they finish second, okay, if they finish second, and Axe finish third, okay, if Endgame finish second and Axe finish first, then Axe will overtake Endgame. So Endgame cannot afford to finish second again, because you don't know if Axe will finish in the first place, and that's my only worry here. If Axe are in the finals, then Endgame have to play really well. Unless Raid drops down to the match for third place, and Endgame could potentially will overtake Raid no matter what, and Axe will have to finish first. So there are a couple of scenarios here. If Endgame, if Raid does not qualify, then I mean Endgame has to be in a second or higher to overtake Raid, and Axe have to finish first to overtake Raid in order to advance to the top 8. Raid will have to hope that they don't finish in the third place, and obviously they cannot lose the match for third place. Meanwhile, if Raid is through, then let me take a look at the leaderboard. The clan rating stuff. At the moment, Raid Raid, where are you? Raid. Jones. Axe, where are you? Huh. You must be down in the middle, actually, in the very low. X. Where are you? I can't find you for some reason. Can't find your. Oh, maybe you're now here. Oh, it's now updated. The leaderboard is not updated yet. So Axe have 75.2% of clan rating and Raid's 84.7. Okay, so at the moment, Axe 75.2, Endgame 88.3. Okay, so in this case, if Endgame finished second and Axe finished third, then Endgame should be in the top 8. Okay, again. So let me just remove the ink right away. Alright, so a couple of scenarios that could happen. Alright, Raid. If Raid qualify, then it's then they are safe. Then they are safe is pretty much if Endgame are in the final. So that will be between Endgame and Axe. So in order for Endgame to Axe to qualify, Axe have to finish in the first place and Endgame at least in the first place. And Endgame they have to finish first. If Endgame finish third, then they have to hope Axe finish second or lower. So target for Axe is to get first place, and Endgame they have to hope Axe won't win. Next we have if Raid do not qualify. If Raid do not qualify, then Endgame will overtake them, and Axe for them to overtake Raid, they will have to finish first. Still. Okay, if they finish second, then there is no they won't overtake Raid. So essentially, the only route for Axe to qualify to the top 8 is oh no, which are having YouTube issues. Axe getting first. So anyone from Axe watching the stream, your target for the 4th Future Skill Tournament is to get the first place. If you don't get the first place, you are out of top 8. You are out of top 8. Okay. However, if you get the first place, you're still not in yet because you're still in the 9th place. You have to rely on Endgame and Raid finishing a position lower than you. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. TQT Ikra pretty much safe, unless pretty much safe here, and pretty much in the top 8 now. So it will be between Raid, Endgame, and Axe for the 4th Future Skill Tournament. Pressure is on Axe here. Pressure is on Axe. Essentially, I don't think Jones or FaZe will be in the top 8. The gap is simply too large to overcome. Okay. So hopefully the message is clear. First place for Axe, and pray for the best. Pray that things are going in your way. Okay. Alright, so that's it for me. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you for the final previous skill tournament. And all the current top 8 teams do not drop cups on the first and second days of the 4th previous skill tournament. Until then, see you soon. Bye for now.